What do you think of when you think about mythology? Like, what is
Probably
the first thing that hits your mind?
there was the Clash of the Titans movie, but like the 2000 whatever 10
9,
whatever version because I
10,
never
yeah.
watched the old one. So just kind of think of like all of these gods sitting around like arguing about like who's better and like what they're gonna do and like
Yeah.
kind of fuck the universe, we're the best kind of thing.
I think about Hercules. Each
Oh,
and
okay, yeah.
every single thing that I see, I think about Hercules. And it's probably Disney's fault
Yeah.
because, that movie was a pretty big deal whenever I was growing up.
Same.
So I think of that. And then I probably think of, like, God of War, the PlayStation 2
Oh, okay.
game, which is pretty huge.
I'm pretty sure I had Hercules plates.
I remember those, the
Yeah.
plastic ones from
Yeah.
McDonald's.
McDonald's. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
I
had
think a
those.
lot of people. They used to push so much fucking product back then. It
And
was
it
like,
felt it was so cool to have plates and cups and little fake toys, you know. The first toy that I remember ever like getting that meant anything to me from a kids meal
yeah,
was from Subway. So Subway used to
Subway.
have really cool kids meal things and they had Blue's Clues. Yeah.
Blue's Clues.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
That is very interesting. All the episode 1 shit really blew me away. Like, they had the Pepsi cans, the Mountain Dew cans. Taco Bell had toys. There was toys at every establishment.
Episode 1.
Star Wars episode 1.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It was, you couldn't miss it. There was shit for episode 1 everywhere. It was a crazy marketing campaign. But yeah, Hercules definitely was a big one. And yeah, so incognito mode, internet historian, you love him, I love him, we love him, he's beloved, he's dearly beloved. Gather around here today. We are going to watch mythology period from incognito mode. I'm excited about it. Again, just because that's the title of the video doesn't mean
who really
that
knows?
he's not going to go just
On a tangent of like
way,
something
yeah,
completely different. Probably
different,
not,
so.
but who knows?
Who knows? What I do know is we have this video queued up. We have you here to join us. So shall we check this one out?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Mythology. Mythology. What is mythology? Everyone get down, this is a mythology. Is this a mythology? Take me to the treasure room, I want to see it. I will speak the magic words. Open sesame. I knew they were hiding it. Anyway,
Wow.
here's that deposit I wanted to make. Aha! What's this? The mythological Holy Grail? I won't be
wow.
needing this for another 6 months. All this and more on this episode of In the Quarantine.
In the
Do
quarantine.
you know the story of Orpheus?
Is that the guy that travels down to Hades?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I know this one. Yeah, this is a good one. Okay.
Everyone loves this theremin player, including, what was her name? Eurydice?
Eurydice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Eurydice.
they fall in love, and all is well.
So she's a beautiful woman, and he loves her very much, and he plays beautiful music for her, and the music makes everyone happy, and it's more than just that. It also encourages things to grow, and everyone loves this dude. And his lady walks off, goes into the forest, and there, I think she's running away and she gets bitten by a snake.
Okay.
She was in an
Oh,
order to
shit.
be in at. It was region locked, so they couldn't suck out the poison. And so she died and she went down to Hades.
He named it after himself, which,
Yeah.
that just saves time, I suppose. It might be a little bit confusing. Oh, I'm going to Hades. Oh, how was he? Oh, well, I didn't actually see him, but I went to his house. So Orpheus finds his wife dead and is stricken, so he has to go get his wife back from Hades. So he walks to Hades through like a hole in the ground, I believe.
Yes. He goes down these thousands and thousands of steps and he reaches the river Styx. And there he sees the boatman.
The boatman. I like to think of the boatman with like headphones on. He's not really that enthusiastic about his job.
No, well, why would you be at that point? Yeah. Same old, same old. Arr.
Oh my god.
What do you want?
Hi, yeah, I'm Orpheus.
Wow.
I'm a pretty major musician in the upper world. You might have heard of me.
Nope.
Okay, well, That's good that I reminded you of it then. Anyway, I'm new in town and I'm looking for the best boat service possible to get me straight to Hades. The guy, not the place.
Well, it's just me, and you're not getting on because you're clearly alive.
Well, I mean, I don't think you should hold it against me. What is this? Oh, I didn't expect to run into such prejudice in this eternal lake of fire and sinners.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't mean to discriminate. Some of my best friends are alive.
Where can you take me? What part of hell can you take me that's close?
Listen, you can't get on the boat. People need to pay me to get on this boat. You know, man's got to make a living. I don't know what I do with the cash. I don't know why there is a toll to pay for this ferry. Because to be honest, I just take all these coins and I put them over here in this big pile. It's kind of like a Scrooge McDuck thing. Listen, I'm not a man easily convinced. You're either dead or you're not getting on the boat.
What if I told you that this was a mission for love?
I wouldn't be moved. Unless there was some sort of music that you were going to play on the lyre.
What can persuade this boatman, I wonder to myself? Perhaps a banging tune on my lyre.
Yeah, alright, let me just take off the headphones. Go on. Can you do Toto? Africa? I like that one.
Oh yeah, of course. That's what every lyre player knows how to do. Toto.
Rain.
Raining men.
Raining Man.
Yeah.
That will do.
You know what? I'm convinced that's a beautiful tune. I'm so moved. I'm going to take you down the river.
Terrific.
Wipe your shoes first.
Sure. What am I seeing in hell?
Oh man, there's a whole bunch of lost souls underneath you. Yeah, you get used to the wailing. Over there's a fire. It doesn't go out for some reason. I don't know what else there is down here, to be honest. Last and only stop. Don't forget to give me a good rating on Uber.
Sure, no worries.
5 stars, please.
Thanks. Surely it'd be lit.
He kind
as
of looks
hell.
like Jesus.
What, no tip? There's bottled water in the back.
I would have given a tip, but the whistle-stop tour of the adulterers lining up in front of a little guillotine really bummed me out. So,
Oh, sorry. So, you get down to Hades. Fee-fi, fo-fum, who's this?
Oh my god.
great
Wow.
Lord Hades, it is I,
He did it.
Orpheus, famous musician of the overground.
Who?
Don't worry about it. People know me. It's okay. Anyway, I'm here for my girlfriend. You've got her, and I'd like to take her back to the top world, please and thank you.
I don't think so, actually. Once someone comes down to Hades, they don't ever leave. And my wife's here to back me up. Oh, yeah, no, actually, you don't get to leave. And you know what? I'm a pretty big deal. So I'm going to have a second wife. And you know what? Her name's going to be Eurydice.
What? Oh, Hades, you're out of line.
Damn.
2 wives, and twice as good.
Oh, but she's my wife.
Well, I'm in charge.
That's true. But I feel like I can persuade you by Toto
Wow.
in Africa.
Wow.
Okay, alright, cracking tune. You know what? I think it's good. But I am still unmoved. But, hold on a minute. Oh, my wife. Oh, she's crying. She is moved. Oh, please, Hades. Oh, please, let him have his wife back. You know what? I'm gonna make you a deal. This one time, I'm gonna let someone have their wife back. But, special conditions. She's going to leave behind you, and she will not make any noise whatsoever. But you must not turn around to see that she is there. And if you do turn around, then she will be mine forever.
I'm just making notes as you say this. So, got it. Walking behind me.
Yep.
What the-
Don't turn around.
Yep.
Got it. Well, that seems simple enough there, Hades. I'm sure that won't be a problem.
Alright, I have to go.
Out through the little fire exit.
I believe he plays the lyre on the way out to try and guide her out, or something like that.
This guy is very self-involved, isn't he? He's always...
Every solution involves the lyre. Yeah. It's like Wolverine. Every solution is the claws.
Oh my
I
god.
mean,
For some reason, he wants to look behind him because he can't hear her, so he looks.
No, don't look.
And she just is there, and then she just slowly gets like pulled back into hell.
Do you remember what happens next?
A bit of a blur from here. I think Orpheus is pretty upset about what went down.
Sure is.
Probably plays a sad song on the lyre to himself.
More than
This
just
is how
a sad
emo
song.
music was
So there
created.
is, and
Oh
it's
my God.
driving everyone mad. If I remember correctly, women are miscarrying, people are killing themselves, crops aren't growing properly.
That is a bad song.
That's a bad song, and he's playing this way for days and days, and then eventually the villagers go, fuck this, and they decide to kill him.
I'm reading it here. It's a group of irate women, they've called it, which I think is...
Stop playing sad shit.
The women kill him and cut his body into pieces and throw him and his lyre into the river. Outrageous. That's
a bummer.
Yeah. Poor Orpheus.
The
I
sun
don't know
is
if it's
hot.
going to be trite to point out the whole problem with Icarus. I suppose the Greeks have never been up high before. And they just didn't know that actually things get colder up there. And anyway, he's flying along, and the wings are made of feathers and wax. And apparently the wax melts, but that doesn't make no sense, because it gets colder, innit?
You know, I've never considered that aspect of the myth. You know, you've got your time machine, and you go back to ancient Greece to find whoever made this myth, because obviously you need to correct them with all the intensity of someone in the comments who needs to correct your incorrect facts.
Yeah, like a scorning teacher.
Exactly. Actually, Daedalus, or whoever told this myth, actually...
Yeah.
Well,
when you go out,
well.
it actually gets colder. Do you know much about Socrates?
Socrates.
From most descriptions, he was just
That
like
was
a
so
rambling
real.
madman who walked around with no shoes on, but everyone thought he was pretty wise.
There were people who were more rambling and more mad, but he was certainly one of them. He used to go around accosting people in the...
The philosophy center.
Yeah, and he used to just ask people questions until they submitted. Yeah, he used to go, oh, what's a horse? And they go, oh, I don't know, about 60 quid? No, what is a horse? And they go, oh, well, it's a big creature with 4 legs. You go, oh, okay, so is every creature that's big and has 4 legs a horse? Well, no, there's elephants and giraffes. Oh, okay. So what makes a horse then? Well, you can ride on it. He would just ask questions and questions and questions.
He sounds incredible.
Insufferable.
Yeah, totally obnoxious.
That's why he was executed.
Yeah, they made him drink poison. It was just like, I've had enough of this guy. There's just 2 ancient Greek dudes hanging out in the philosophy center, just chatting away, just like, oh yeah, maybe I've heard there might be war with Sparta. Oh shit, it's Socrates, he's here, act normal. Hey guys, ever wonder if we're all living in a cave? Man, we're not, man. Like,
Look, I do shadow puppets. We don't want to see the shadow puppets again. Not again.
this is the thing about philosophy in general. It's all about like contrary knowledge. It's all about going, oh, you think the world works this way? Well, what if it worked like this?
I think the world goes a little something like this. He was charged and found guilty of blasphemy
Yes.
and for corrupting the youth, I think.
Well, yes, he had a bit of a history of that,
corruption.
didn't he? Allegedly.
Not the sodomy. They mean like corrupting the youth's minds
Yes.
by doing the blasphemy.
There's that famous painting of him being handed his poison.
He was like 72 or something when he died, wasn't he? I think the idea was that he figured, well, what I got now is further decline. I guess I may as well go. Boy, he's loving it. He's loving it.
Oh yeah,
Chugging it
whole
down.
So
goblet.
this is what I've always been waiting for. This is why I've been annoying you all for so long.
Anyway, so I was correct.
Like, everyone's interpreted this painting to mean like, oh, it's so sad. When really they're just like, thank God, he's finally gonna shut the fuck up.
On the left here with the curly hair, he's just slamming his head against the wall. Shut up, shut up. This dude, he's a little more tolerant.
Wow.
This dude is going, just drink it. Just come on, man. Hurry up.
Oh man.
And then this guy's got his hand over his ears. Yeah.
Yeah, he actually does. Just like, this guy has got to go.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, so that's the reason why Season 8 of Game of Thrones wasn't actually that bad.
Don't
Fuck,
throw
dude.
rocks in a glass house. Never quite understood the meaning of that phrase.
What, of glass houses?
Yeah, so why shouldn't I mean, obviously, they shouldn't throw rocks in a glass house to
Oh.
break the glass, but what are they... What kind of behavior is that supposed to...
It's a thing against hypocrisy, so a small amount of criticism in return could also do a huge amount of damage, because the person who's living in the glass house is guilty of so much.
That's what I was missing. Guilty of walking around in just a t-shirt. Not completely naked, a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That, I just think that's more offensive.
We can do fables, right?
Yeah, let's do
Oh
fables.
my god.
Yeah, okay. What, Aesop's?
Aesop's and the Grimm's ones. They're good.
Aesop, I've always thought is just such a stupid name. Like,
Yeah.
it reminds me of, you ever have a bad handshake?
Of course. Yes.
Oh,
It
wow.
reminds me of that phenomenon where someone just puts their limp hand in your hand to
Jeez.
shake it. You go, oh yeah, that's an Aesop.
That's
You know what I
that
mean?
is spot on, because it's
I'm
almost
always
like an
gonna think of that
onomatopoeia
now.
because
Yeah.
that's what the handshake sounds like as well. But stop.
Yeah, always giving me a bloody Aesop. Oh, I'm doing all the work.
There is, of course, the other bad form of handshake, which is the overly aggressive, asserting dominance handshake.
That's what you call a grim.
That's a grim
grim.
handshake. I like it.
A short story typically with animals as characters conveying a moral. Oh, okay. I only know about 3 of these fables. Maybe 4. Okay, so there's the turtle and the hare, the scorpion and the frog, the fox with the grapes.
Oh, I don't know
and
that
there's-
one.
Sour
You don't know
grapes?
sour grapes?
No. Oh, is it where the term comes from?
Yeah. Okay, so this is nicely
Yeah, this is a
presented.
lovely little
Look at this.
website.
Read.gov.
Gov. This is what the government wants
Okay.
you to read. Government-sanctioned mythology right here.
Wow.
A fox one day spied a beautiful bunch of ripe grapes hanging from a vine. The grapes seemed ready to burst with juice, and the fox's mouth watered as he gazed longingly at them. The bunch hung from the high branch, and the fox had to jump for it. The first time he jumped, he missed it by a long way, so he walked off a short distance and took a running leap at it, only to fall short once again. And again he tried, but in vain. Now he sat down and looked at the grapes in disgust. What a fool I am, he said. Here I am wearing myself out to get a bunch of sour grapes that are not worth, grasping for. And he walked off very, very scornfully. Yeah, so he's like, well, I fucking want it anyway. Bitch grapes,
There are those who pretend.
So that's where the term sour grapes comes from.
I didn't know that. That's actually a really good story.
Alright, we're going to look at some images, and you tell me which myth this is from. This is going to be like a quiz. Audience, you can join in on this one.
Mythbusters, if you. Oh, wait, that one's taken.
Myth destroyers.
Myth Pounders.
Myth
Myth
Okay, what's that?
Pounders.
That's an underworld story, for sure.
Yeah, this is those 3 ladies, what, only share an eye?
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing that as a kid. I haven't
Oh.
thought about that myth since I was a kid. It's super creepy.
And so everybody's life has a string, and then they cut the string. What? It's no good. They've got the titles at the top here. Alright, look
Yeah,
away.
I
no.
got that one anyway. It's fine.
Alright, who's this?
Oh, it's Thingy.
She-
She's got a box. I know who she is. I can remember, I've seen that box before.
Oh, okay. Look at this one.
Hey,
Who's this?
that's Medusa's head in the middle.
Yes.
So, who cut off Medusa's head?
I'm not giving you any clues.
I can't-
It's in
I actually can't
it's in
remember.
another episode in the field. You should know this one.
Oh, a real fan would know.
Yeah.
Perseus.
Yay! Who's this?
Oh, that was
old
just in the
guy
movie that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Authority
no, I couldn't
figures
remember.
there. Lots of people are trying to kill him. It's Jeffrey Epstein. Murder of Jeffrey Epstein.
Got it. Next one. Who's this guy?
Oh,
That can only be Hercules. Yeah.
I would not be fighting a lion.
No.
Names. Add time.
oh no.
Lord, activate.
This is a message to everyone out there.
Wow.
Privacy's in danger.
Wow.
Oh my
We
god.
have to do something.
He's doing the anime entrance.
68% off a 2-year plan. Protect your internet privacy.
Did I not just go on a mini rant about
Yes,
this?
you did. Jeez.
Wow. Wow.
Dude, he's going for it, man.
Very funny.
This is very- Oh my god, dude. Like, I think these are my favorite parts of the videos
I know, right?
sometimes. Yes, holy shit. Nordman is practically Goku, you know. Oh, a mixture of
David
DBZ and
Goliath.
Naruto
I think
for
that
sure.
one's pretty good.
What's the moral of David and Goliath?
I think it's supposed to be about sort of overcoming the odds. But I've heard an interpretation by Malcolm Gladwell that I thought was really good. Have you ever heard this one where it's
I
like
don't think I have. What does Gladders say?
you've got two armies
Yeah.
and you're cross from one another on a field. You're there in the Bronze Age. You're about to stab each other with these horribly blunt weapons and hurt each other and maim each other. And, you know, you might have 2,000 troops on one side, 2,000 troops on the other, and you're all fairly evenly matched. The idea is that, you know what, instead of 4,000 of us getting potentially injured or killed, we'll take our strongest fighter and put him on the front lines, and you take your strongest fighter and put him on the front lines, and these two will duel, and whoever wins the battle.
So that's really good diplomacy. I think we should do that now.
It is a good idea, right? His argument is that actually David had a massive advantage all along.
Technology.
Yeah, well, basically.
Yeah.
He goes into what effectively a slingshot was back in the day. So apparently these guys used to be incredibly accurate with their slingshots. You know, they all used to practice slinging because they were shepherds, and so that was your main weapon against things that were going to eat your flock.
Wolves.
Yeah, exactly.
Wolves.
Foxes and large crows and such.
Monsters that live in the backs of theatres.
Yeah,
potentially.
Mento.
Yeah, like really good ideas, IP-wise, just saying.
The other thing about a sling is that actually it's an incredibly powerful weapon. Like, you can very easily kill someone with a sling. They've recorded it's like the equivalent of like a 32 caliber bullet if you get
Holy
hit by a
shit.
rock from a sling. And so basically it's the story of a man with a knife going up against a man with a gun.
Yeah, the moral of the story is bring a gun to a knife fight.
Or at least wear a helmet.
Yes. That is the lesson according
At least
to
wear a
Goliath,
helmet.
if you take his perspective.
If David comes along and he goes, oh, you know what, I'm the toughest fighter from my village, and then Goliath's like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you up, kid. And then David goes, oh, I found a stone, look at this. And then basically hits them with the gun of their day.
Yeah.
You'd be like, you can't just, this is cheating. And everybody charge, you know?
You're right, it was like set up like this samurai duel of honor, and this kid walks up and hollows some guy's head out in front of everyone. To be fair though, it's consistent with David's character. Do you know what he ends up doing after this?
Goes on massive bender.
I does do that, invades loads of places, becomes king.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so a bit of an upgrade from shepherd. He becomes king of Israel. And then he spots a woman that he really likes far away, taking a shower from his palace, and he's like, I like her.
Really?
Yeah, he sees this beautiful, I've never seen a woman that beautiful before. This is a part of the story that I've never quite understood about, is that he sees this woman bathing from his palace, so I don't know how he's managing that. But
Well, she's living in a glass house.
that, there we go, explains it. Perfect. Anyway, so he goes over, and she's like, I'm the king, so you should think about upgrading. And she's like, well, actually, my husband fights in your army, so it'd be a little bit dishonorable. So David goes back, finds out who this guy is, sends him to the front line, and has him killed.
You don't
and
know about
I
it?
didn't know that.
Oh,
That's the story, yeah.
that's not so pleasant.
What?
What's your favorite myth?
That's
Yeah,
terrible.
definitely happened.
Ooh, King Midas is one of my favorites. The king who wishes to turn everything to gold.
Yes. So there's a guy. His name's Midas. One day... Oh, who the hell's Ovid?
Oh, he's a poet. He wrote the Metamorphoses. Yeah, so a lot of the myths are sort of formalized because he's the first one who actually got it down on paper.
Alright, so he retains the copyright.
Yes, exactly.
So one day, Dionysus found that his old schoolmaster and foster father, the satyr Silenus...
The old satyr had been drinking wine and wandering away drunk to be found by some Pythagorean peasants who carried him to their king, Midas. Midas
I love
treated
how
him
they
nice,
keep
10
blocking
days
out
in
the
hospital,
songs.
told him stories and songs. For someone
That's so
governing
funny.
a major Greek state, he's got a lot of time on his hands. And on the 11th day, he brought him back to Dionysus, the god of debauchery and drinking, and then he gets a reward.
You may have one wish. And then, oddly, he decides anything I touch will turn into gold. Midas rejoices at his new power, which he is hastened to put to the test. He touches an oak twig and a stone, both turn to gold. Overjoyed, as soon as he got home, he touched every rose in the rose garden, and they all became gold. He ordered the servants to set a feast on the table. Upon discovering how even the food and drink turned to gold in his hands, he regretted his wish and cursed it.
Here's one loophole I don't think he thought of. Could he not hold something and then have the thing that he actually wants to hold in the thing?
They said that he was about to starve to death, so must not have worked.
Somebody else could feed him?
I mean, unless he's just dumb. Like, really dumb. Like, keeps picking up another apple and go, oh, not this one again.
I wonder if this is in some way linked to the magical gambit I made earlier this afternoon.
Dude, that'd be the worst. Could you imagine, like, testing all that stuff? Because I suppose you'd go, like, I'm so hungry, I guess I won't use my hands then. So you get some chopsticks, and you start putting stuff in your mouth, and then it touches your lips, then it just turns to gold. That would be the worst.
Does gold just taste like pennies?
I didn't think about
because
it
it's
like that.
gold, I assume it tastes better than the
No.
inferior metals.
Yeah, I think it's got, like, even less flavor than, pennies.
It's just pennies. There's nothing worse. You're in a situation and you accidentally taste pennies because you know something's gone wrong. It's like, not the penny taste.
Hold on, so is he turning the air particles that go into his lungs into gold? Because you're breathing in bits of dust too. Surely they would turn to
Oh
gold.
God,
Yes,
dude,
so I
this is
think
getting
particles
fucked up.
or maybe gases are exempt from his
Yeah.
gold touching.
Right.
You're
powers.
overthinking it.
No, wait. His clothes, the clothes on his body,
Yeah.
would instantly turn to gold then, you would think.
You would think. I think, as is the nature of myths, I think they have to sacrifice a bit of conceptual clarity. And when you have a character like the Hulk show up, like, he's always got to break his clothes in the right way. Otherwise, you just would have to have a bit of exposition in every film of just like, oh, do you see the Hulk's cock? Yeah, it is distressingly big. I'm scared.
It's exceedingly muscular, with foreskin and scrotum.
The loophole is necessary for storytelling as well as everything else, I suppose.
Oh.
Yeah. Bro, it's... No, never mind. Yeah, I'll throw that thought away. It was just
That's
more about
funny.
the Hulk's balls gone.
I know, tell me more about the
I'm
Hulk's
totally
balls.
jacked up.
That's great.
Well, I don't know. Is it regenerative? If you got, like, circumcised as a kid or something, does it grow back?
Does the Hulk have regenerative powers, or is he just super strong?
Is that what happens to Wolverine, though?
Yeah, I mean, you can almost certainly suggest that Wolverine is uncircumcised.
In a version told by Nathaniel Hawthorne, Midas's daughter... Wait a minute. Is the daughter thing not in the original?
But King Midas's daughter is not canon.
What the fuck? In the version told by Nathaniel Hawthorne in the Wonder Book for Boys and Girls. That's nice. That's a nice title.
That's so wholesome.
The Wonder Book. And Midas's daughter came to him, upset about the roses, and that had lost their fragrance and became hard. And when he reached out to comfort her, found that he touched his daughter, and she turned soon to.
That's
Yeah.
what
So
I
That
remember.
version of the story.
Ah, it's from 1852.
Just got shoehorned
Didn't
in.
know that.
Ah.
Honestly, that's a
shit.
genuine improvement.
Yeah, it's kind of like the peak of the conflict
Yeah.
in the story.
Yeah, it's good. It's way better storytelling. Well done, Nathaniel Hawthorne. You've improved a classic. You say we should write a wonder book for girls and boys.
We should get Nathaniel in on it.
The wonder book for e-girls and incels.
That's not bad.
Buy a
Oh
wonder
my
book for
God.
e-girls and incels. As approved by the internet historian, that's canon now, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Midas didn't do anything wrong. He shouldn't really be punished forever.
No, disagree.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
What?
Midas did so, and when
You think he
touched
should
the
be?
waters, the power flowed into the river, and the river sands turned
No,
into gold.
I don't.
This explained why the river Pactolus was so rich in gold.
We were wrong this whole time. This isn't a story about, like, not being materialistic. It's just a story about why there's gold in the river.
Yeah, I love that idea. Like, Ovid shows up,
Yeah.
he's like, what? That's what you took from the story? No, I was explaining why I'm holding this gold pan and up to me ankles.
I feel like this myth is just constantly misunderstood. It is about properly checking for loopholes in whatever agreement you make.
Be
That's
greedy,
right.
but be
God.
smartly
Yes.
greedy.
If King Midas had gone to his attorney and said, just want you to maybe look at this wish and see if there might be anything that might backfire dramatically.
You're allowed to put caveats with your wish, right? So surely you could get around all of this stuff by just adding a clause that says, in the way that I hope for and the desired results expect.
That's great. That is the perfect magic wish loophole avoider. That's what King Midas should have done.
Sounds
You
like
should talk to us
sounds
first.
like a magic
Exactly. He should
lawyer
have
came up with
consulted
that.
us.
I'm sure there's practical uses for it, though. Like, if you were... No, hold on. There must be one practical use of being able to immediately turn something into gold.
I'm trying to think about it, because the main thing is to have a lot of gold.
Okay, I've got one.
I'm impressed that you've got even one, because I've been trying to think of one.
You're at war
Uh-huh.
with the Japanese.
Not again.
Okay, no. You're at war, and you decide to hire some Japanese ninjas.
Cool.
You could take out some parchment and cut it into shuriken or whatever they're...
Shurikens,
Shuriken?
yeah.
Shaped stars, and then have Midas go swing over them, and then you could
Wow.
probably still throw them. Shall we wrap it up there? We need, we need a bit of an outro.
Yeah, that
innit?
wasn't very good.
Oh. Let's do something brave
That
and
was
original.
not very good.
Well, I'm about to jump into my Hindenburg 2 and float away.
I'm gonna go sleep in my glass house, unlike all you losers who can't even be seen while sleeping.
All right.
See you later.
See you later. Oh no!
Oh no.
God.
Why did you put that massive antenna on the top of your glass
Oh my god.
That's the only way I can know the truth.
The humanity.
Okay, I've got to go now. I'm being beamed up by 8G signals, so it's going to be really fast. It's gonna go like that. Go on.
I gotta go. I'm dead. A big fireball.
Jesus.
Subscribe to Ordinary Things. He's criminally undersubbed. Also, get
True.
NordVPN.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow is like all that I can say about that.
Internet historian, man. I didn't really know that story in the beginning about the dude who was like rocking out and didn't,
Oh no, I
and
didn't.
turned around and his wife got sucked back into Hades, and then he created emo music and
Okay, he
depressed,
didn't create emo
depressed the village and
No, I don't really remember that either. Like I remember the story. It was like in the Bible, like don't turn around or she'll turn to salt.
yeah, that's Sodom and
it's-
Gomorrah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what it reminded me of, but it's not the same.
No.
But no, I don't remember that one. I definitely remember everything turning to gold. I think I learned that at like Vacation Bible School or something.
I remember the Midas touch and everything. You remember Goldmember? The Austin Powers Goldmember?
Yeah.
I can't get that connection away. Like, that is
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
always going to be there in the mix for me whenever I think about that story. But there's some crazy mythology. Like, the ash tree nymphs is one that really freaked me out. Like, this guy was trying to have his way with a god and was fought off and castrated. And the blood from his castration fell on this bush and created the ash tree nymphs. So there were these big, annoying nymphs that were created from this situation that went on to terrorize and annoy the hell out of people.
What? It would be interesting to go look into some of this.
And just
maybe do
find
some
like the most
storytelling
jacked
with
up
this. Yeah,
ones that
yeah.
we can find. That would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
What do you guys
'Cause
think?
there's a lot that I
Let
don't
us know
know.
if you and all you awesome homies out there would
Yeah.
like for Nikki and I to go into a deep dive on mythology and find the most
be
jacked
fun.
up stories we can find. Like, we should have a competition.
Who can find the
Who
worst
can find the
one?
worst
I feel like
story?
you'll probably win, but I don't know. I don't know.
Who knows?
That would be fun, though.
But what a badass video.
Yeah, that was good. It
Ordinary
was very
Things
funny.
is awesome, and we should react to videos from his channel
Yeah.
because they're pretty badass.
We have reacted to one. It's
Yes.
been quite some time, but
Yeah.
we need to look into doing more.
We do.
And what about NordVPN in this
Oh my
one?
God,
Or
dude.
Nordman.
the
Nordman.
Naruto Dragon Ball Z crossover NordVPN ad was beautiful.
Yeah.
And they had the music, the whole intro
Yeah.
theme thing going.
I am someone who is not a fan of anime intros.
Wow.
But that was very, very funny.
It was very funny. The other one that is a favorite of mine is the South Park. the South
I haven't
Park
watched
intro.
a lot. Like I watched it when I was a kid.
They
but-
had an episode where they made fun of anime,
Mm-hmm.
and they did like their whole intro thing, and it's really funny.
I have to check it
but
out.
yeah, Internet Historian Incognito Mode channel, always going hard. If you guys haven't subbed to Internet Historian, you know that you should. You should definitely do that,
and all the other channels.
and all the other channels. But yeah, go give some love to Internet Historian. We appreciate you all for supporting us.
Yeah.
You guys rock. But I think that's going to do it
That's
for
gonna
that
do it.
reaction.